In this video, we will briefly be covering the topics of fluid mechanics in the flight of a frisbee and why they are important.
This is the diagram of our frisbee with the airflow moving to the right and the frisbee moving to the left. So the forces acting on this are the force of drag in the direction of the flow and the force of lift in the vertical direction. We get this lift force from a low pressure above the frisbee and a high pressure below the frisbee. We can see the things that affect these coefficients of lift and drag. So that'll be from the forces as well as the density of the air, the area, the squared velocity of how fast the frisbee is moving. So our lift force is the mass of the frisbee times gravity, and density would just be the density of the air. And again, the area is that perpendicular cross section. And then we have our velocity term.
Newton's third law states that for every reaction there must be an equal and opposite reaction, and that comes into factor when the angle of attack is positive, negative, or zero. Here, there will be no adverse effects caused by Newton's third law, but here, with the positive angle attack, there will be more air forced downwards, therefore the frisbee will have a higher force of lift downwards. It will have a higher force down due to air being forced up over the frisbee, which would be forcing the frisbee down into the ground. This video shows the effects of an increased angle attack, and that includes a higher drag force and a higher lift force. You can see the higher drag force taking place because the frisbee is moving slower than usual, and the higher lift force causes the frisbee to slope upwards. Throwing the frisbee upside down yields a similar phenomenon, except it does not rely so much on the force of pressures as it does Newton's third law, as we just discussed. Thinking back to dynamics, you have to spin the frisbee. Ever wonder why? Because otherwise, it looks like this. This effect is similar to a gyroscope, that it has to keep spinning, or else it will fall over. While it is fun to talk about fluid mechanics, I truly believe that the best way to enjoy this topic is to go out and have some fun with your friends.